time, baby. It's time. Ain't nothing better than some delayed gratification. The fruits of your labor will pay off.
Sticking to the code, all these hoes for the street. I put it in her nose, it's gonna make her pussy leak. Pussy niggas told ain't gonna.
Alright boys, good morning. It is fucking... Can you see that? 5:12. So I'm in a little bit of a rush, but I'm about to jump in the car. Wanted to talk about a little something right here. I'm headed to go do my morning cardio. Obviously, 4:25 wake up, made the bed, 32 ounces of water, went outside, did my 50 push-ups. If you are not following my Instagram, where you're able to watch me every single solitary day hit my 50 push-ups, and you're not hitting them with me, what are you doing? The link is right there in the description. Go to my Instagram and watch it. It's literally a cheat code. But with that being said, I finished my 50 push-ups, jumped in the cold shower, and today it was an absolute battle. I went to sleep last night in a fasted state, very excited, thinking about a bunch of different shit, and I did not sleep. And it is not usual that I just stay up all night long, but I was in the bed. Literally, I don't think I got a single hour of sleep. But this morning, alarm goes off. I've got to wake up. You guys know how I feel about that. It wasn't that bad. I wanted to go back to sleep, but the cold shower was just gnawing at me in the back of my head, right? And right there, I was faced with two different paths I could have taken. I could have fully excusably gone back to sleep, not taking the cold shower, and still probably had a decent day, right? But instead, I got in the cold shower because I took that one step, and just that change in my mind of me being like, I made a commitment, I don't care, I'll have a fucking amazing day. The rest of my day is going to be stacked on top of that win. Look at me. I'm electric right now. It's 5:12 in the morning. Who the fuck wakes up with this energy at 5:12, especially when they don't have any sleep? Me. Because I know where I'm headed. And I have that goal so strong in my mind. Every time it fizzles out, all I have to do is ignite the flame a little bit. How does that happen? Morning wins. We stack them all the time. I wanted to share that with you guys to start this video, to start the day. Obviously, like I said, I didn't video the morning routine, but the rest of the video is going to be super detailed. I've got some really special things planned for you guys today, but I'm going to go to crunch, hit some cardio, maybe hit some sauna, come back here, sit down in my office. We're going to have a chat about some shit. It's going to get real. Alright boys, so I got home. I hit the sauna after I did cardio. Jumped in the shower, and now I'm sitting here. I'm doing some client work this morning. It's still pretty early. Well, I guess it's not actually. It's 7. Man, time flies in the morning when I'm in flow state. But I want to have a conversation with you guys. Now, by no means am I making this video as a flex like some of these other fucking influencers do, like some of these other coaches do, and they're just like, fuck you, if you don't have a Lamborghini, you know, you need to get with the shit. This is not what that's for at all. This is to inspire everyone, because I have wanted to start a YouTube channel my whole entire life. Once I got into, you know, working out, once I got into bodybuilding, when I was in a really, really dark place, there was something inside of me that always wanted to help others, right? And I used to be the dude that was smoking weed, you know, doing all this stuff. You guys know my past, right? And I just, it was very, very dark, very, very undisciplined, very, to my standards now, gross, right? It was a lot of despair. And I would watch these videos of successful people, young people, get in their dream car. I would watch videos of them, you know, owning $1 million business at 16, all these different things. And there was just something where I felt like, can I do that? Like, I want that so badly, but can I do that? And it seemed like I didn't know how to start. I didn't know what to do, right? And I'm making this right now so that you guys can see there is no difference between you and me. If you are watching this video right now because you want to change your life, it doesn't matter what your goals are. Start here, brother. Start here. The reason why it felt so difficult for me at first was because I worked on the outside and I didn't work on this. My body is a reflection of my mind. Unbreakable, right? And what you see today is to show you that no matter what you came from, you can do anything. But back when I was, all my life, back when I was younger, I always wanted a car. I've never been materialistic. I wear beat up shoes and wife beaters, and I shop secondhand. I get all my clothes from the thrift store. But I've been in times where my bank account was negative hundreds of dollars, right? But money is a lagging indicator, and it is a complete reflection of the effort that you put in, right? You'll never ever be compensated outside of what you deserve. So if you see someone who has gained something that you don't have and you are envious, it is not that they got it because it was just given to them. Obviously, if someone's born into wealth, that's different. But if you see someone like me, I've put in so much work, blood, sweat, tears, and cried and had nights where I thought everything was over. And I'm trying not to play that up to scare some of you guys, but there are times where you literally feel like your whole entire world is crumbling. But when you commit to this journey, the average person's highs and lows are like this. When you commit to this journey, the highs can be like this, but the lows can also be like this. You have to be willing to sacrifice that difference. The last thing that I want to say is, as I mentioned previously, this is not for me to be like flexing on you guys, being like, look what I have, look what you fucking know. But what I will say is it is fucking disgusting for you to not wake up every single solitary day, take your life and see what you are capable of. You might as well be more successful than me. You're probably smarter than me. You don't work harder than me, that's one thing. But you might have the capability to. But you'll never know if you keep fucking sitting there, procrastinating on your goals and you don't go all in. This video is to show you that no matter what you've come from, if you help people, you will be compensated for the value that you provide. Whether you get into a high-ticket sales job, whether you go to college to become a doctor. I don't recommend going to college, but to each their own. Whether you create a product that helps millions of people, whether you just share your story, any way that you can help people. Eventually, you will be compensated for that effort, but you have to be willing to work for free for a long ass time. Way too many people come in when they're trying to start their business. Same with the gym. They come into the gym and they instantly walk in, they're fat and they walk in with a wife beater on, or they're skinny and they walk in with a wife beater on, thinking that they've earned the right to do that when they haven't. I didn't take my shirt off in the gym for like 3 years. I'm getting sidetracked, but it's the same with business. All these people think that they deserve a Lamborghini before they've even made their first Shopify store. And it's not true. You have to pay down so much ignorance debt. But I'm telling you, brother, if you truly put your mind to it, if you fully commit, go all in, work on your mindset, work on developing the greatest version of yourself, you can elevate to a level where you can achieve anything. You truly can achieve anything. But what I want you to get rid of right now is to think that there's not enough success to go around. I used to watch videos, and when I would get envious because I thought they're taking what I could have had. But that's not true. Don't try and have the whole entire pie. Just try and make your slice bigger than the whole entire pie that you could have had. You can be successful while I'm being successful, while your best friend's being successful, while your parents are being successful, while your girlfriend's being successful. Every single fucking person, even if there's no one around you, you can elevate to a level where you have a group of highly successful men that push you every day that can love you. I promise. But you have to take risks. And my biggest advice would be to get around people who are in the position that you want to be.
My biggest advice would be to invest in people who are where you want to be. Learn from them. Take all the capital that you have. Go work 3 fucking jobs like I did in high school. Waking up at 5 a.m., going to the gym every single day, working 3 manual labor jobs, literally ripping my eyes out every single fucking night because my bank account was just going into debt because this business was just sucking money out of me. Yet I still persevered, and I knew if I stuck to it, I knew that I would be able to achieve my goals. And today, this is a slight win, a slight, tiny little win. And I'm sharing it with you guys so that you can know. Mindset, habits, nutrition, and training. You can achieve anything. I promise you. I'm about to finish this work for a couple hours, get some breakfast, and then I'm going to go link up with my videographer, Gray. This is when the channel gets real. Today. We're going all in.
It's time, baby. It's time. All right, boys. We got to check. Man, we need this camera when we're doing the aggression tucks. My boy Gray's filming right now, and shit, we're gonna be heading over to the dealership in 2 hours. You hear that? Can't wait to get rid of that. Yeah, boys, this just goes to show. This is just a slight goal achievement. You know, I was talking earlier and telling you guys about. You know, I don't spend much money at all. My monthly expenses are absolutely nothing compared to my income, but it's just a slight little win that goes to show you can literally do anything. You can create anything out of yourself. You can accomplish anything as long as you have built the man that is capable of achieving that. Always start with your mindset and work every single solitary fucking day. I promise you can do whatever. I'm hyped. This is about to be the dopest video I've ever dropped. We're working out later. I've got some calls later. We're gonna talk later. We're doing everything today. And we're also gonna do some super mega pulls in the fucking 700 horsepower race car truck. All right, boys. Head to the dealership now. One last look at the steed where all the aggression talks were filmed. Man. It's been a good ride. It's been a good ride. Without further ado, I say that let's turn this video into some fucking crazy shit. Now let's get it going. Man, the aggression talks are gonna be real different now.
Bro is actually, this is the first time they've seen a genuine smile out of John Mark Stevens on camera.
Facts. It's not as hard as I smile when I hear one of my clients fucking defeated his porn addiction, or he's been consistent, he lost 15 pounds, got abs, and got ripped up. That's the true happiness right there. That is the true fucking happiness. Nothing beats that shit. Nothing beats 4 texts in the morning and my boys telling me they had a breakthrough last night and they're fucking leveling up. That right there, that's fucking aggression. Jumped up. Damn, this is real.
Yeah. Sticking to the code, all these hoes for the street. I put it in her nose, it's gon' make up. I put her on the game, she get fucked for a chain. Got your girl in this bitch, she twirling on the dick.
Holy shit!
I got surf in this bitch, turn up in this bitch. And it's about the earth in this bitch, get murked in this bitch. All these pointers and dogs.
That is the most aggressive fucking feeling I've ever felt in my life.
Stepping ambulances if you like that. Pop another bottle if you like that.
Holy shit! Yo, I love delayed gratification. I'm telling you. Ain't nothing better than some delayed gratification. The fruits of your labor will pay off. I'm telling you. Holy shit, is that Sam Sulek?
We're in that neighborhood.
Like the neighborhood.
It turns out.
Helicopter! Twin shit right here. Real twin shit right here. You gotta know about it.
Jump out at the show, jump out at the show. Had to turn my flow, yeah, had to change the tone. Had to turn my diamonds, yeah, they smacking head to toe. About what you saying, yeah, just shut up and let me go. Riding in that beat, you let that talk the truth. Bro, I wrote these bust down watches on me, I got my blinking tongue. Head number one up on these chart, yeah, it's stuck at one. All we do is to go number one. And I just brought in some ends, little bitches the first of the month. Run, I'm in the game, little bitch, I'm much of the city, I'm afraid of the sun. I went and paid in the bands, I switch shit up, I wanted it, nobody done. All on my face, my family, my coat, my brother, my slime, my twins, and my mom. I'm good about what you saying, I don't listen to it, I don't wanna hear about none. And the whip got 2 right here, right.
Pretty surreal to get the car because I've been working for it for so long, but like I was saying on that elite call today, it's just like on to more goals. It's like I have it now. Now I get to use it as a tool and it feels good, but it's like the value doesn't come from that, you know? I say it all the time, but it's almost like sometimes you have to look at yourself. It's so easy to get caught up in life and the day-to-day and the struggles and everything. Sometimes you genuinely have to like close your eyes, think of yourself in a bird's eye view, look at your surroundings from a different perspective, and you'll realize how small your problems that you're facing actually are. And 99% of the time, all your problems are expanding from one source. And that source usually ends up being you're avoiding something. You're running from something that you know you need to do. And a lot of people, that's how they get stuck in that cycle of despair that we talk about, where it's like they just can't get out of that loop where a little bit of motivation, a little bit of action, procrastination, then they fall off, and then they go back into they're angry at themselves, and then they get prideful, and then eventually they go through enough pain that they change again, but then they just can't get out of that loop. And that's one of the most amazing things about, you know, what I've been doing is like what caused me so much pain for so long. I wasn't able to get out of that loop, and when I'm able to help others, like I can tell exactly like when they open the gateway of the loop and they're out of it now. And it takes that conscious decision of, it's like you when you started waking up at 4:30. For you guys that don't know, this is my videographer, Gray. You might have seen him in some of the school community calls, but most of the shorts that you've seen and everything, it's this motherfucker right here. He's gonna be a wizard. But it's like when you started waking up at 4:30, you had talked about it a bunch and everything like that, but like you were still inconsistent. As soon as I saw you make that commitment and not go back, I knew. I was like, okay.
And that shit was hard, bro. It wasn't like one day I just woke up and was like, nah, this is cool. Because it was actually the first day I woke up. The first day I woke up, either had something happen the previous night when I had fallen asleep, and I woke up to see it in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, of course this is the very first thing I see on my very first morning wake up. And within 2 minutes of me saying that, I then thought, dude, this is the exact reason why I need to be doing this, because no matter what else is going on in my life, this is the only thing that I know I can get up and that I can, use on a daily basis to help me get away from those kind of things. Something that would normally keep me up all night is now the reason why I go to sleep and why I get up early. And that turned into, doing this every day for the past 3 months, getting up and being able to work with you while everyone else is still sleeping. I think that goes a lot with, what you're preaching to all your guys in your, in the school community, on your YouTube and your one-on-one coaching, is like, you got to be able to make that commitment and stick to it. Like when I first started, I would wake up one day at 4:30, probably back in like December, and I would text you and I'd be so happy. I'd be like, bro, just woke up, let's get after it. And then I'd be back asleep by 8 a.m. And
Yeah.
I didn't have any
And I knew that.
sort of discipline. Yeah.
But I mean, it takes time. Like, it took time with me. Like, there were so many times. This is the driest cigar I've ever smoked. But there's so many times when, I would do that, and I knew all I have to do is stay consistent with these wake ups, and everything is going to compound from that. But it wasn't until I was willing to sacrifice that I was able to continually make progress. Because when you're denying something that you know you need to do, which I knew in that instance, like I knew I needed to commit to an ungodly wake up time every single morning, because without that sacrificial commitment and saying there's no out, and without like giving myself no other option, I wasn't going to be able to move forward with the consistency that I needed to. And in doing that, as soon as I made that commitment, everything started to change. It wasn't just like all of a sudden I hit a hockey stick, but that commitment allowed me to break so many beliefs that I had about myself. And one of the very first traits when I was envisioning who I wanted to become and like where I wanted to take my life, that man that I thought about in the future, I was like, he wakes up at 4:25. And that was the thought. It started at 4:45 actually, and then I was like, you know what? I need to wake up a little bit earlier. Some mornings I wake up at 3:30, like that, but without every single solitary day, no later than 4:25. It doesn't matter. And just that commitment, that sacrificial commitment, has just led to so much growth.
And it's not the wake up isn't always about getting up and working before everyone else is. That was kind of like the reasoning behind it, but it's also you got to do that now because that, like you were saying, the person you envision yourself to be is that man, is the man that does that, is the man that never gives in to that mental temptation of sleeping in. And I know for a fact that when I started waking up, it seems like every day I have more time, and every day I can get more done. I stopped feeling like I was just a little bitch who would blame everyone else and everything for my problems. I got up and I started actually attacking my day with relentless pursuit. And that was when things started to change for me, not only in my my physique and stuff, but like in the way I edit my videos and actually starting to edit videos. I used to film them and then just send them to him and be done. And I felt like such a bitch when I'd see him get posted. I'd be like, bro, I'm the only person in history who's ever made a video and not actually edited it himself. And so I started getting up. I would watch YouTube videos on how to do certain edits. I'd send him to John Mark and he'd tell me how I could do it better. Start going again and send him another video and he'd send it back and tell me what I could do better. And from then on, we were doing that, before I even had my second meal of the day at 12 p.m. And that's how I really started to grow, was attacking it every morning like it was my last morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't wake up, go, nah, I can sleep in today because I got tomorrow. I would wake up and I would say, bro, how blessed am I that I got to wake up today? How blessed am I that I get to get up and work while everyone else is sleeping? And that's, I couldn't be here without John Mark. And bro knows.
Just quoted me.
And he knows exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about getting up early, and it's not just to get to work. We get up when we get to work, but getting up and doing the cardio, getting up and eating your first meal while you would still be asleep. And honestly, for me, part of it was getting away from the mental toll I had on staying up late and what it would do for me social media wise. I would sit there and just scroll from like 11 o'clock till like 1 or 2 a.m. and now I go to sleep at 9 to 10 o'clock, wake up at 4:30, we're ready to go.
I've seen you even on the nights when you get home from your job at 11 or 12, you still are up, and like that makes me so proud. Like, that's when the people commit to the wake ups. for me, if I sleep in, I'm telling my mind, I'm telling my subconscious mind that sleep is more important than like my comfort. Because most days, an extra 30 minutes of sleep, an extra hour of sleep isn't going to benefit you. But the opportunity cost of sleeping in compared to just waking up and sacrificing that comfort because your goals mean so much to you just does something. It's almost like a chemical reaction in your mind that just it reroutes your subconscious mind into, I have to do this, I will do this, no matter what stands in my way, I will do it, I'm willing to sacrifice whatever. And that's been huge to me, you know. Like somebody just commented, no, don't get rid of the legendary 2006 accurate TL. But I mean, you guys that have been following me, you've watched me. I've been making those videos in that car since, you can scroll all the way back to June, and I was talking the same way that I do now, not with the same fluency, but everything that I'm doing now, I wrote about. Everything that I've created has come from the 5-4-5 method, has come from the 4 pillars of man. I didn't sit there and obsess about wanting to make money. I obsessed about becoming a man who could fulfill any goal that I had. And that started in my mind, and my physique is an external representation of what's in here. You guys hear me say that all the time. That is what everything with Aggression Fitness embodies. And that's kind of what I want to wrap up in this video with is, you know, my business, Aggression Fitness. It's an education platform that's educating men how to be men. And as corny as that might sound, there's been so many men, and there's been so many times in my life where I've felt so hopeless with nobody to turn to, and I didn't know that I could turn in here and create someone in myself that held myself accountable, create someone in myself that was consistent, create someone in myself that I could lean on. It's almost as if there's like a me in here that I can turn on, and I can lean on that man because I've put in the reps, I've put in the work, I've put in the effort, and I've made the sacrifices to be able to put my mind to something and achieve it. I don't look at things now as like, wow, that's so hard, I don't know if I can do it. I look at it and I get excited because I see how insurmountable it seems, but I know that after I defeat it, that'll be my new standard. I always say, you know, you never rise to your ambitions, you fall to your standards. And that's why I preach creating an unbreakable process, because if your unbreakable process is your baseline, then all you will do every single day is get better. All you will do every single day is put one step in front of the other, focus on your habits, focus on your discipline, through the training, through the nutrition, through the mindset, and the rest just comes. Once you focus every single solitary day on becoming that man, and it sucks, you get beat down every single day, but the man who can get slashed and slaughtered on the battlefield of life every single day, put it all out on the line, put it all out there, and see zero progress from his effort, and yet still wake up the next day at 4 a.m. with the same passion and the same ambition to work on himself, that is the man that will win 11 times out of 10. That is the man who will separate himself from the rest of society. That's how I want to wrap this video up with you guys. This is just the beginning. For those of you that have been following me, you know we're at 22K subs right now. That sounds pretty cool to say. I love each and every one of you guys, and love this man right here. He's been with me since, you know, pretty early in the YouTube journey, and we're gonna do some big things together, and I'm just looking forward to not the things we accomplish, but the lives that we impact, and, you know, the growth that we're able to see. Because just looking back, getting my dream truck, wow, it's amazing. But you know what I'm so proud of when I get in that truck is all the nights when I literally felt like I was screaming on the inside. We were driving earlier in the sky, it was like golden, and I'm driving in my truck, and I heard the whine of the supercharger, and I was like, I've envisioned myself in this moment. It was almost deja vu, because I've driven on that exact same road in that Acura with tears coming out of my eyes. I literally have a picture with tears coming out of my eyes, and I took it and I wrote, and I was like, no more games. This is my time. And it's just crazy to see the growth that's taken place. That is what I'm able to fall asleep on, and that's how I'm able to feel fulfilled. How much work did I put in during that day? How much did I give towards achieving the man that I know I'm able to achieve in the future? Achieving that level of just life, achieving that level of effort. That's what's gonna hold you through, and staying steadfast to that goal is what is going to make all the difference in the world.
I agree. I know. Like he was just saying a minute ago, I like to say that a man who, sets goals for himself is great, but you don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems.
Yeah.
And I think that when you look at it, every person who goes to start a race, they all have the same goal of winning. The only person that's going to win is the person who put in the best work and preparation, the person who had the best systems in place before the race started.
Exactly.
And I think that goes a lot to what he's saying. When you look at, we all have the same, or not the same goals, but we all have similar goals. We all want to be successful. We all say, oh, I want to drive the TRX. But who really has the systems in place that are going to allow themselves to rise to a level where they can buy a TRX? And I think that's a lot of what the wake-ups, that's a lot of what the 4 pillars of man go to talk about, especially when it comes to mindset. Your mindset is the strongest thing that you have in your body. Your mind is. It's one of those things that, we take for granted. It's something that's given to us for free when we're born. And that's something that we really overlook. A lot of people put value in things that we buy when the most valuable things in your life were given to you for free. Your life, for example, your soul, your mind, all these things were given to you for free. And they are actually the most powerful things in your body. This dude is over here, he's jacked, right? He works out more than anyone I know, harder than anyone I know. And I still think that he has the hardest mind out of anyone I know, and his mind is 8 times stronger than his body is. I've never met anyone who can talk like he can talk, who can motivate people the way he can motivate people, who can rally a group of people the way he can. And I think that goes to show what he's talking about really works. I mean, you can look at all the things that have happened because of it, the TRX. You can look at, moving into his own place at 19, moving in with, on such a short time span, but you don't see the preparation of the systems that have been in place for so long that go to build this man. And I think that if you're not starting to implement those things, you're going to get left behind.
Amen, bro. Boys, we got a lot planned. We got a lot coming for you guys. I'm every single day thinking about how I can provide more value, how I can allow you guys to level up, how I can continue to elevate what I offer to my clients, how I can continue to elevate the value that I provide in my school community, how I can continue to elevate the value that I provide in my videos. And we are just getting started. I'm 0.25% started on this journey, and there's a long road ahead of us, but I'm excited for every single one of you guys to continue to watch the progression and continue to level up beside me. As always, I love you boys. Stay aggressive.